Well, what we're seeing today is that our systems are not safe, and we need to ensure that the riding public has safe, reliable, and affordable transit across this city and across this country. And we can ill afford to do that by sitting on our hands and just triaging every incident as it's a one of. Today we heard from the Prime Minister out in Hamilton, who made a commitment to have these discussions about how we can tackle the violence on transit systems. I hope and anticipate that they're not just talk, but that our office gets that call to sit at the table with all of the stakeholders and put some real ideas together with real concrete plans to tackle this ongoing violence within our transit system.
So obviously this isn't just an issue here in Toronto, but nationwide. Can you give us an example of where else this is happening?
Sure. On an annual basis, we're seeing upwards of 2,000 to 3,000 operator assaults and transit worker assaults across this country, and those are only the ones that are being reported. There are many, many that are being unreported. Whether an operator or a transit professional gets spat on or gets pushed or punched, but gets back into the seat and starts doing their job again. So it is a huge problem. Today, as you know, as we're seeing the increase in violence and becoming more and more problematic, the swarmings, the unprovoked stabbings, today's incident of someone running around with a syringe, it's only a matter of time, unfortunately, before these injuries become catastrophic and start to take lives. And we need to act now, not tomorrow, now. We're prepared. Again, I'm prepared to meet with all levels of government ASAP and start these discussions on how we can start to mitigate some of these problems. I want to be clear, though, we're never going to eliminate them totally 100%, but we have an opportunity to mitigate and minimize the risk to our riders and to our members across this country.
Today we heard from Prime Minister Justin Trudeau. We also heard from Mayor John Tory, where he's proposing like a mental health summit. How important is the mental health aspect of this?
Mental health is a huge component in this, and I think we have to work collaboratively to talk about the mental health issues and how we can tackle some of those issues for society in general. But more importantly, we need to collaborate and coordinate our efforts on how we're going to bring those strategies together to make safe, reliable transit for all Canadians across this country.
I think maybe just last one for me. What is one like concrete thing that would make a difference soonest? For example, like we have talks of mental health summits and politicians coming up with ideas sort of on the fly. What is something that is like concrete that you would think would make a big difference now?
Yeah, that's a tough question to answer, but I think for the moment, increased visibility and vigilance on our transit system from police officers, enforcement officers, and being out on the front lines, making sure that people see them there, may deter some of those assailants and some of those swarmings and so on and so forth. Those are things we can do right now, but the long-term plan and vision is increased funding to support those initiatives, put trained professionals in transit systems across this country. Let's talk about de-escalation. Let's talk about mental health and training on how we identify our customers that have mental health issues and whether they're a risk. And so we need to have those discussions, and let's figure out exactly how many of these assaults could have been avoided.
Let's talk about uniforms. There's a lot of operators that don't want to wear their uniform to and from work. What's the union position of that, and what's on the table?
Yeah, so for an operator going out into the field, they're going to have to be in uniform in order to get onto their buses. So they don't have typically don't have an area where they can go get changed before they get onto a bus. So I would encourage them, if they could, to cover up until they get onto their vehicles, not be as identifiable. But there really is no way to curb them being in a uniform. I mean, some of these assaults have happened in subway stations and on buses. You're at an end terminal going for a rest break, and you're in uniform. You can't take off your uniform to go for a coffee break or for a restroom break.
Are you looking at any sort of protection for any of the workers at all in terms of uniforms or?
Well, look, I don't know what that protection means, right? I mean, people have talked about different kinds of vests and shields to be able to protect them. People have talked about things like driver compartment protections, and so on and so forth. Those are all things that need to be looked at and have some serious consideration.
It's not just Toronto. Can you talk about the country, some of the major cities within the country? Do you have any numbers, or you have any examples of increased violence across the country?
Yeah, so just today I was talking to our locals in Alberta, particularly Edmonton and Calgary. We've seen a huge increase in operator violence there, or violence against our operators. Just in Edmonton last week, there was 2 incidences where transit operators were held up at gunpoint. We're seeing those kinds of things right across. You know, assaults, being spat on, being punched, being pushed, being threatened and intimidated are all commonplace events in our transit system right across this country. Thousands and thousands of these are happening annually. And again, those are only the ones being reported. I don't have any concrete numbers to be able to say that's, 5,000. The last number we heard, there was at least 3,000 annually of only those that are being reported. Coast to coast.
What are your members telling you? What do they want?
Well, look, the Occupational Health and Safety Act says that employers have to take every reasonable precaution. And so what does that mean? That means our operators and our frontline staff want to feel safe. They want to be protected. I think there's a comfort zone in having increased visibility in stations, being able to have someone at an end terminal or at an exchange point that can help them while they're sitting there waiting for their next shift or their next vehicle. So increased vigilance, I think, is really, really important. All of the trainings that we talked about, mental health, de-escalation, I think are all tools that can be utilized in terms of trying to mitigate some of these exposures.
Why does this happen? Why are people targeting employees, bus drivers?
Well, look, they're not just targeting bus drivers, as we've seen in the last couple of days. They're actually going after passengers and our most valuable asset, our riders. And why it's happening, I don't know, but one can only look at things like mental health, and one has to assume that those are some of the components. The economy has changed significantly. People are struggling. Maybe they've lost their jobs. I don't know, but society itself since the pandemic, has changed substantially. And so we're seeing that on the front lines, those that are the most visible, and that's transit professionals right across this country.